Words possess immense power. They have the ability to heal and inspire, but also to wound and destroy. We use them every day, often without realizing their profound impact. But the truth is, words shape our thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately, our reality. They can build us up or tear us down, both in our relationships with others, and most importantly, in our relationship with ourselves. Think about a time when someone offered you a genuine compliment. Remember the warmth that spread through you, the boost to your confidence. Now, recall a moment when someone criticized or belittled you. The sting of those words likely lingered, chipping away at your self-worth. This is the double-edged sword of words. We have all felt both sides. The words we tell ourselves, our self-talk, hold particular significance. They become the lens through which we view ourselves and the world. When that lens is clouded with negativity, it distorts our perception, leading to self-doubt, anxiety, and even depression. On the other hand, when we cultivate a positive inner dialogue, we nurture self-compassion, resilience, and courage.
Negative self-talk is insidious. It creeps into our minds like a thief, whispering doubts and fears. We may find ourselves replaying past mistakes, focusing on our flaws, or comparing ourselves unfavorably to others. This constant barrage of negativity can be incredibly damaging to our self-esteem and overall well-being. Often, negative self-talk stems from deeply ingrained beliefs we hold about ourselves. These beliefs may have originated in childhood, shaped by critical comments from parents, teachers, or peers. Over time, these external voices become internalized, forming the soundtrack of our inner critic. We may start to believe these negative messages, accepting them as truth. The problem is, when we engage in negative self-talk, we reinforce these limiting beliefs. Our brains are wired to focus on and confirm what we already believe to be true. So, the more we tell ourselves we're not good enough, the more evidence we find to support that belief. This creates a vicious cycle of negativity that can be difficult to break free from. However, there is hope. Just as negative self-talk can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, so too can positive self-talk. By consciously choosing to challenge and reframe our negative thoughts, we can begin to shift our self-perception and create a more positive and empowering inner dialogue.
The impact of words on our self-perception is not just anecdotal, it's backed by science. Research in the field of neuroscience has shown that the words we hear and use activate specific neural pathways in our brains. These pathways, over time, become strengthened through repetition, shaping our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. One study conducted by Dr. Masaru Emoto, a Japanese researcher, explored the impact of words on water crystals. He found that water exposed to positive words such as love and gratitude formed beautiful symmetrical crystals. Conversely, water exposed to negative words like hate and fear created distorted and chaotic crystals. While this study has been met with some skepticism, it offers a compelling visual metaphor for the power of words to impact our physical world. Further research in the field of psychology has shown that self-affirmations, positive statements about oneself, can have a significant impact on our self-perception and behavior. For example, a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that self-affirmations help to reduce stress and improve academic performance in students facing stereotype threat. These studies highlight the undeniable link between words, self-perception, and behavior. Words have the power to shape our reality, for better or for worse. By becoming mindful of the language we use, both internally and externally, we can harness this power to cultivate greater self-compassion, resilience, and well-being.
Breaking free from the grip of negative self-talk requires conscious effort and practice. It's about learning to identify and challenge those critical inner voices and replace them with more compassionate and supportive ones. This process starts with awareness. Pay attention to the language you use when you talk to yourself. Are your thoughts predominantly negative? Do you criticize yourself more often than you praise yourself? Once you've become aware of your negative self-talk patterns, you can begin to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support this belief? Often, you'll find that your negative thoughts are based on distorted thinking or unfounded fears. The next step is to reframe these negative thoughts into more positive and realistic ones. For example, instead of telling yourself, "I'm such a failure," you could say, "I made a mistake, but I'm learning from it and moving forward." Instead of focusing on your flaws, try to acknowledge your strengths and accomplishments. Remember to be patient and kind to yourself throughout this process. Changing deeply ingrained thought patterns takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you find yourself slipping back into negative self-talk. Simply acknowledge it, challenge the thought, and reframe it in a more positive light.
The way we talk to ourselves not only affects our own well-being, but also ripples outward, impacting our relationships with others. When we're trapped in a cycle of negative self-talk, it's difficult to show up as our best selves in our interactions. We may be more critical, judgmental, and quick to anger. Conversely, when we cultivate self-compassion and speak kindly to ourselves, it becomes easier to extend that same kindness to others. We become more understanding, empathetic, and forgiving. Our relationships become stronger and more fulfilling as a result. Think about how you feel when someone speaks to you with genuine kindness and respect. It feels good, doesn't it? It makes you feel seen, heard, and valued. Now imagine speaking to yourself and others with that same level of kindness and compassion. What kind of impact could that have on your relationships? Kindness is contagious. When we choose to speak kindly to ourselves and others, we create a ripple effect of positivity that spreads outward, touching the lives of everyone around us. In a world often filled with negativity and judgment, choosing kindness can be a radical act of rebellion, a powerful force for good.
Cultivating a positive inner dialogue is an ongoing practice, not a destination. It requires consistent effort and attention. Two powerful tools that can support you in this journey are mindfulness and affirmations. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When it comes to our thoughts, mindfulness helps us to observe them without getting swept away by them. We learn to recognize negative self-talk as simply thoughts, not facts. This creates a space between us and our thoughts, giving us the power to choose how we respond. Affirmations are positive statements that we repeat to ourselves to challenge negative beliefs and cultivate a more positive self-image. To be effective, affirmations should be stated in the present tense, as if they are already true. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be more confident," you could say, "I am confident and capable." Repeating affirmations regularly, especially first thing in the morning or right before bed, can help to reprogram your subconscious mind and create lasting change. Choose affirmations that resonate with you and align with your values and aspirations. Remember, you are worthy of love, happiness, and success.
The journey of cultivating a positive inner dialogue is ultimately a journey of self-love. It's about learning to accept and appreciate ourselves unconditionally, flaws and all. It's about recognizing our inherent worthiness and treating ourselves with the same kindness and compassion that we would offer to a loved one. This journey is not always easy. It requires us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities. It asks us to challenge long-held beliefs about ourselves that may no longer serve us. But the rewards are immeasurable. When we learn to love and accept ourselves fully, we unlock a wellspring of inner peace, joy, and resilience. We become more confident in our abilities, more compassionate in our interactions, and more courageous in pursuing our dreams. We free ourselves from the shackles of self-doubt and step into our authentic power. Self-love is not selfish, it's essential. It's the foundation upon which we build a fulfilling and meaningful life. When we love ourselves, we give ourselves permission to shine brightly and share our unique gifts with the world.
The power of words is undeniable. They have the ability to heal or harm, to connect or divide. We have a choice in every interaction, every thought, every word we speak. We can choose the path of negativity, criticism, and judgment, or we can choose the path of kindness, compassion, and connection. Choosing kindness is not about being perfect or suppressing our emotions. It's about approaching ourselves and others with understanding, empathy, and a willingness to listen. It's about recognizing the humanity in ourselves and others, even in the midst of disagreements or difficult emotions. When we choose kindness, we choose connection. We create a space where we can be vulnerable, authentic, and fully ourselves. We foster trust, intimacy, and a sense of belonging. We make the world a brighter, more loving place, one word, one thought, one interaction at a time. So let us choose our words wisely. Let us speak to ourselves and others with kindness, compassion, and respect. Let us harness the transformative power of words to heal, inspire, and connect. For in the words of the poet, kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see.